Hello, everyone. This is Dylan Stevens from Stevens Health and Wellness. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist with a bachelor's and master's degree in exercise science. I also have 11 years of experience in the fitness industry. And in today's video, I wanted to discuss the top 3 rules for putting on muscle post that I have on Instagram. It's my most popular post. A lot of people think it's very valuable. They like the information in there. In today's video, I wanted to get a little bit more in depth on why each of these top 3 rules are important. So the first rule is time under tension. So to start, there are 3 main energy systems that our bodies utilize in order to produce energy and in turn produce movement. Each energy system requires different sources of energy and has different strengths, different weaknesses, but the energy system that you use is dependent on how long and how hard you are moving for. So 1 to 5 rep maxes will last anywhere from 1 to 10 seconds. The energy system that is used within this time frame is extremely powerful and utilizes ATP and creatine phosphate for energy. This is the ATP-CP system. So ATP is adenosine triphosphate. This is the most basic molecule that is used for energy in our bodies. And creatine phosphate is, yes, it's creatine. Creatine is used as an energy source in the muscles, and this is why supplementation with creatine increases strength and power and endurance. So increasing efficiency within this 1 to 10 second range will help produce strength and power gains, but it will not cause muscular growth as well as a set lasting a bit longer. It will produce some growth, but not quite as much as a set lasting longer. So a set that lasts longer than this will utilize a different energy system called the glycolytic system, which is used between 10 and 45 seconds. This is the energy system that we want to utilize for muscular growth. If the set lasts any longer than 45 seconds, you will start to use other sources for energy, which will not result in ideal strength and size gains. So sets lasting longer than 45 seconds are more so training for endurance and will not use the same energy system that's activated for endurance and cardio activity. This is not so ideal for growth. Look at a marathon runner's muscles. They're small. They use type 1 muscle fibers. They use fat for energy. But sets lasting 20 to 30 seconds will ensure that you're using the correct energy system to stimulate the processes to create muscular growth. This is what brings me to my next point, which is that a slight burning sensation should be chased every set. The burning sensation you feel is acid being released by the muscles that are utilizing the glycolytic system. When our muscles sense acid being released, they start to lay out the groundwork for being more efficient within this energy system, and this includes muscular growth. We are using muscle glycogen for energy when we use the glycolytic system, and muscle glycogen is basically just a chain of carbohydrates that our bodies produce to store for energy in the muscles and in the liver. When our muscles grow and become better at lifting weights, the amount of glycogen stored in our muscles increases. This is a huge reason why our muscles get bigger, because they know they will need to store more glycogen in order to support our workouts. If you were to go without carbs for a couple of weeks, you will notice your muscles get flat and small. And this is because all the carbs that are stored in your muscles as glycogen are used up and the muscles are empty. Your energy levels in the gym will also go down, and you'll notice that you're not as strong or able to get as many reps. If you were to then consume 200 to 300 carbs in a day after this period of no carbs, you will notice that your muscles swell up and they get a lot bigger. You'll also notice that you gain a couple pounds from this increased carb intake in the form of glycogen fused with water. So 1 unit of glycogen will use about 3 units of water. So your muscles will get bigger because of the glycogen, but also mainly because of the water. So to get back to the point, the burning sensation confirms that you are using the energy system in the muscles that translates to the muscles making adaptations that result in bigger muscles. Bigger muscles simply have more glycogen in them, which translates to the muscles being able to complete more reps with the same weight you used when you started. This is why increasing your 10 rep max on an exercise is more important than increasing your 1 rep max when it comes to muscular growth. Our muscles will grow because they store more energy in order to do more reps with a specific weight. So all of this is why I don't really like to count reps as much as I like to count seconds under tension. This time under tension is what guarantees you are using the correct energy system, whereas using a certain rep range will not. Because different people will do different sets at different tempos. Some people will do a set of 10 in 10 seconds, and this is not ideal for growth. So this brings me to my next point, which is lifting with a specific tempo. You want to lift the weight quickly, and this will activate the big, strong, fast type 2 muscle fibers, which are the fibers that you want to grow. Pausing at the end range will ensure that there is tension produced in the muscle, confirming that you're actually hitting the muscle you want to hit. And then you want to slowly lower the weight to keep the muscle working throughout the movement. People that like gravity lower the weight and don't control it on the way down are missing out on keeping the muscle working, which results in missed potential for time under tension. Every exercise should be done with an emphasis on slowly lowering the weight. This slow lowering will cause more damage and micro tears in the muscle, which in turn results in more growth. So that's it for number 1. So the second rule for putting on muscle is protein intake. So you want to be getting at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. When you're trying to gain as much muscle as possible, this number should actually be closer to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you weigh 100 kilograms or about 220 pounds and want to gain muscle, you should be getting at least 150 grams of protein per day. Most people in America do not get enough protein in their diets to support new muscle growth. They get enough protein to maintain the strength of other tissues in the body, such as skin, bones, and essential organs, but they do not get enough to put on new muscle. If you do not get enough protein in your diet during a period of lifting weights, you will not put on as much muscle as you possibly could. You might be able to add some muscle, but not to your fullest potential. It's very important to get enough protein if you want to gain muscle. So next is that you want to get protein from high quality sources. Almost all animal products, with the exception of gelatin and collagen, are high quality sources of protein. So what exactly makes a protein high quality? First, you must understand what protein is made out of. The most broken down form of a carbohydrate is glucose. The most broken down form of fat is a fatty acid. The most broken down form of protein is an amino acid. There are a total of 20 amino acids our bodies need to create new tissues, and different tissues require different amino acids. So out of these 20 amino acids, we absolutely need 9 of them from our diets. The other 11 amino acids can be produced by these other 9 essential amino acids. Protein in vegetables and other plants almost always does not contain these 9 amino acids. There are some exceptions like soy and quinoa, but these sources are very few and far between. Every source of protein that comes from an animal has all 9 of these essential amino acids, with the exception of collagen and gelatin, but most people don't get that anyways. Meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products will contain all 9 of these essential amino acids. Think about it this way. Are we more genetically close to plants or animals? Animals, right? So this is why animal proteins are better utilized in our bodies, because we are most similar to other animals in that we all require these 9 amino acids. So this is what makes animal products such a great source of high quality protein. Next is consuming these proteins with carbs. Carbs will spike your blood sugar, which in turn spikes your insulin. And insulin is the most important hormone in your body when it comes to putting on weight and muscle. What insulin does is it tells your body to store energy in protein rather than break it down. When you consume carbohydrates with this protein, you're allowing your body to easily absorb the carbs for energy and also absorb the protein for quicker and more efficient recovery. So the third and final most important rule for putting on muscle is training frequency. It is extremely important that every muscle you want to grow is consistently being exposed to a stimulus that will result in growth. Let's say you hit chest on Monday. You get really sore on Tuesday and Wednesday, feel a bit better on Thursday, feel a bit better on Friday, and by Saturday, you're completely recovered and there's no more soreness. By Saturday, your pecs are completely recovered and have become a bit bigger and a bit stronger than they were on Monday. This bigger and stronger muscle will only stay bigger and stronger for a little while, though. If your pecs are not exposed to a stimulus that requires this new strength and size within a couple days of fully recovering, they will slowly start to revert back to being as weak and as small as it was before that workout on Monday. Our bodies are extremely efficient and will only keep adaptations around, such as strength and size, if they absolutely need to keep them around. If you wait 2 weeks to hit chest again, your chest will not be as strong and as big as it was when it made the full adaptations 5 days after the initial workout. This also depends heavily on your experience level, as beginners sometimes need 7 days to fully recover from a workout. A more advanced weightlifter will require 2 to 3 days of rest to make the full adaptations, but you should be hitting a muscle again after at least 1 to 2 days of the soreness subsiding. This will ensure that you're in a state of constant growth rather than fully recovering from one workout, gaining strength and size, slowly losing some of this strength and size due to inactivity over the course of a few days, and then hitting it again. Being sore all the time is a good thing. It tells your body that you are in a constant state of growth, but at the end of the day, it completely comes down to how trained you are and how long it takes to recover from your workout. Beginners will usually want to hit each muscle every 7 days, intermediates about every 5, and advanced individuals about every 2 to 3 days. So that's it for my in-depth analysis of the top 3 rules for putting on muscle. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it, and I will catch you in the next video.